Hello, everyone. This is Erica. Happy Friday. Hurrah! We've got there. We've made it to the end of the week. Even if we love our jobs, I think the weekend is still really, really welcome. So I was catching up on The Apprentice last night, which is one of my secret shame crappy TV events. And they were talking about shoes, and they had these horrible, horrible shoes that they had created a customized approach to, which meant you could swap the bows on the front of the shoe in and out. It was a truly hideous experience. But it prompted me to think about something, to think about how customization, personalization, uniqueness is starting to feature more and more in the products that we buy and in the ways in which services are tailored to us. And indeed, excitingly, this is also starting to be true in the world of work. So I wanted to just offer some headlines of a Friday afternoon about how to think about creating your own job. Now, whether you're looking at scanning the horizon within the organization that you're in and thinking actually that there's more that you could add if you could just shape your role this way or that way, or whether you're thinking about creating something completely new and just for you. Maybe you're planning on a smoked meat venture. Maybe you would love to take your beauty business to go live. Whatever it is, in both ways, whether you're working for yourself or working for others, there are ways in which you can start to tailor both the environment that you work in and the work that you do to really best suit you. Why is that important? Because we spend an awful lot of time at work, up to 80,000 hours in our lifetime, and we quite like those to be well spent. And also because the more that we are able to align what we care about and what we're good at to the world of work, the more likely we are to be successful at it. So I wanted to give you a structure for just a couple of key points about shaping your job. The first is, it seems obvious, but we want to work in areas where we have skill and aptitude. And most of us have all of us have real, natural, unique strengths. The trouble is that for most of us, because we're good at them, we assume that they aren't strengths at all, that they're just normal things that everybody can do. But really taking time to think about what is it that fundamentally makes me me? What is the unique makeup, the way that I'm designed, that might influence the kind of work that I do? So really taking a step back to think about the characteristics and the strengths that make you uniquely who you are. And in order to think about this as freely as possible, you might like to extend your thinking beyond the realms of work and into your wider life. So, for example, I've always been a very nosy person and very sociable person, and both of these elements have played out since I was a small child. So the more that we can find opportunities and work that align with those key interests, the happier we'll be. And indeed, in my own work, I get to meet new people all the time and get to talk to strangers. So I'm a happy badger. So number one, really start to think about your key strengths and skills, the things that uniquely make you you, and find ways to focus attention on those and to use those skills more. In all employee engagement data, it's clear and evident that the more that people have opportunities to do what they do best, the more often they have those opportunities, the happier they are. So there's your first tweak, to just think about, are there ways in which I could bring my skill sets and my strengths into play some more in my current role or in my imaginings about creating a future or perfect job? The second thing I want you to think about is the ways in which you consider yourself successful, the ways in which you measure impact. So we all might have, obviously work is an exchange with money and security. So we all might have some level of identification of success in having a role where we're fairly paid and fairly recognized. But thinking beyond that, what is it that makes work impactful, meaningful, interesting for you as an individual? And actually, we all have a different perspective about what successful impact looks and feels like. For some of us, it's about being able to touch, support, or improve somebody else's life. For others of us, it's getting results, being productive. For still others of us, it's creating refined, elegant systems and strategies. And for others of us, it's making things manifest in the world. So what's yours? What's your definition of a successful week, day, legacy, or lifetime? and start to use that information to inform the design of your work itself. Because when work is meaningful to us, when we feel that it has an impact that we consider to be valuable, we're a lot more happy about the day-to-day and turning up on Monday. And the last thing I wanted to share with you is to think about environment. So each of us has, if you like, a kind of soil in which we thrive best. And really being conscious of the environments in which we do our best work can help us to create jobs that we're going to absolutely delight in. So, for example, give some thought to the kind of speed at which you like to work, the kind of environments in which you feel most stimulated, excited, and alive. Do you like to collaborate, or do you prefer to work on your own? Do you like being indoors or outdoors? Really starting to take a sense of yourself as a very distinct and unique individual and plant, if you like, with certain characteristics and qualities that mean that you do well in some environments and struggle in others. For many of our career coaching clients at Career Matters, this is the key difference. They're often doing things that are in the right frame, they're interested in them, they feel they're meaningful and they're working in their skill set, but it's actually the environment in which they've placed themselves in that sometimes doesn't support them to really be their best. So if you're taking the opportunity to redesign or to create your own work, whether in the organization that you're in or as your own individual enterprise, it's worth spending time looking at the unique design that makes you you, and thinking about what kind of soil, what kind of context, what kind of environments do I need to keep this being well, happy, and thriving within the world of work. So I wish you a very happy Friday. Do drop me your questions, thoughts, and ideas. I will be sure to get back with you. And I'll look forward to speaking to you again soon.